How has a parent dressed their child that made you say, "You've got to be kidding me"? Last year, I was working as a substitute teacher at Lincoln Elementary when flu season hit. Kids were dropping like flies and parents were getting paranoid, but nothing prepared me for what walked through my classroom door on a Tuesday morning. This first grader named Caleb shuffles in looking like he's about to explore Mars. I'm talking full DIY hazmat situation. Clear plastic rain poncho over his regular clothes, bright yellow dish gloves duct taped to his wrists, ski goggles that were way too big for his face, and a white shower cap literally taped to his forehead. But wait, it gets better. Strapped to his chest with more duct tape was a gallon-sized Ziploc bag filled with travel-sized hand sanitizer, a stack of tissues, and a mini Lysol spray bottle. The kid looked like a tiny, terrified astronaut. His backpack had a laminated note safety pinned to it. I read it out loud to myself. "My son has a compromised immune system. If other children breathe on him, he could die. Please maintain 6-foot distance at all times." Here's the thing, though. I'd taught Caleb before as a sub, and this kid was healthy as a horse. Never missed school, played kickball like a champion, shared snacks with everyone. Something wasn't adding up. The other kids immediately started pointing and giggling. One girl asked if Caleb was going swimming. Another kid said he looked like he was going to clean the bathroom. Poor Caleb just stood there, breathing heavily behind his goggles, which were already fogging up. I pulled him aside and gently asked if he was feeling okay. Through the plastic and tape, he mumbled, "Mommy says the germs will get me if I don't wear this." By 10 a.m., the kid was sweating buckets. The plastic poncho had turned into a personal sauna. His breathing sounded labored, and he kept trying to scratch his forehead where the shower cap was taped down. I could see red marks forming around the tape edges. I called the nurse, Mrs. Patterson, who took one look at Caleb and immediately called his mom. "Hi, this is the school nurse. Your son is having trouble breathing in his protective gear. Could you come pick him up or bring different clothes?" I could hear the mom's voice through the phone from across the room. She was not having it. "Absolutely not. He needs that protection. The school obviously can't manage germs properly. He'll take some of it off at lunch if he needs to." Mrs. Patterson tried explaining that the plastic was restricting his breathing and the tape was irritating his skin. The mom hung up. Lunchtime comes around, and I walk Caleb to the cafeteria. The other kids are unwrapping their normal lunches while Caleb stands in the corner holding what looks like a space food packet. His sandwich was vacuum sealed in thick plastic, completely airtight. The poor kid spent 10 minutes trying to open it with his thick rubber gloves on. He started crying because he couldn't figure out how to get to his food. When I offered to help, he shook his head and whispered, "Mommy says I can't let anyone touch my food." By 2 p.m., Caleb had developed an angry red rash around his entire forehead where the shower cap was taped. The skin was raised and looked painful. His breathing was getting worse, and he kept pulling at the plastic around his neck. Mrs. Patterson called the mom again, this time more firmly. "Your son has developed contact dermatitis from the tape and is showing signs of heat exhaustion. He needs to remove this equipment immediately." The mom finally agreed to pick him up, but only after arguing for another 10 minutes about how the school was overreacting to basic safety measures. When she arrived, she took one look at Caleb's forehead and got defensive. "It's just a little irritation. His immune system is delicate." Mrs. Patterson asked if they could schedule a meeting to discuss appropriate safety measures that wouldn't harm Caleb. The mom agreed and left with her still-wrapped son. The meeting day comes, and guess what? Mom doesn't show. No call, no explanation, nothing.